Yeah. So how's your day been, Jake?
It's been great, man. I really, I'm really happy. I'm really happy to. Hang out with my son a little bit later. We've been watching all of Dragon Ball, so it's been a treat. We are currently right after.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is in a really weird spot for me right now, and maybe I'm not the only one that feels like this. When the game first came out, everything was really euphoric and I was enjoying all aspects of it, but recently after the initial, I guess, high of playing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, I started to not only hear a lot of things from the community, but I started noticing things myself. In this video though, I don't want to just sit here and bash Sparking Zero because it's still a fun game and I do still like it, but there are just some things I feel like I gotta get across and that I want to discuss. I probably won't even be able to remember everything, and also I don't know everything that's wrong with the game as of right now, but down below in the comments let me know the types of improvements you guys would like to see from Sparking Zero in the future. Consider leaving a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, and let's go ahead and hop in. So one of the main issues that not only I, but I think many of us have with Sparking Zero is the Vanish Wars. The endless Vanish Wars that are procced every 2 seconds with how easy it is to time and how long they last with no variation to the timing between them is one of the most boring things in the game. And yes, I know that this is something that has been in the Tenkaichi series, but at least it was slightly different in the past, most notably with how they ended with the little teleport clash minigame after nobody won the Vanish War. I think it would make the game a lot more intense if not only the Vanish is sped up after every one, but also I think it would be pretty cool to get the high-speed clash ending as well. There's also still so many bugs going on with this game as well. I don't know why, but the tracking on strike or rush chain attacks is so bad sometimes. I'm not sure what causes it or if it happens with some characters more than others, but after that first rush chain attack and then you step in, it just doesn't connect all the time like it should, and locating the enemy can be beyond broken. Not just like locking on or whatever, that's annoying, but your hit's not even connecting with the opponent's body at all. It's just a really weird situation and I'm not even sure what causes it. Hopefully it's one of those things that gets fixed in the upcoming update. Also things like the rage quit point deduction, and personally I like if the matchmaking confirmation was a little bit more like Dragon Ball FighterZ and you can see the person's connection strength and DC rate before just throwing you in a match with anybody. I would love if they implemented that as well. I have fiber internet, but I pay a lot of money for my internet and I fought against some people with just some AIDS connections, so I'd like to be able to decline playing against a red bar if I could help it. The input delay is also really super freaking annoying on console, and connection issues make it almost unbearable at times. All the more reason for us to be able to decline matching against certain people that we know are going to have terrible connection. Single player content after doing all the episode battle what ifs is pretty lackluster, I gotta admit. I think people honestly got bored with custom battle a whole lot faster than we thought we would, and from what I can see around YouTube is also not doing the best numbers wise either, so that just kind of reinforces my sentiment. Episode battle what ifs are easily the best source of single player content in the game. Bro, they are so fun and so cool, and I think honestly that might be part of the problem. But if it's gonna, well, first let me let me reiterate that I don't think episode battle what ifs being good is the problem. I think that being, I'm gonna be honest, in my opinion, the episode battle what ifs are the only source of like fun single player content. I don't play the tournaments with the CPUs. I don't play offline matches with the CPUs because the hardest difficulty isn't really that hard anymore. So we just need a better source of single player content. If we had like raids or something like that, I think if Sparking Zero did raids kind of like how Xenoverse did, that would be really cool. You guys let me know how you would feel about something like that down below in the comments. But with this being the case, I think considering that, but with the episode battle what ifs being so popular, I think a pretty cool way to move forward with this type of content would be episode battle updates in the future, whether that be DLC or free updates. It doesn't really matter, right? Now, if you guys have all done the big Gohan what if in episode battle, then you probably had the same thought as me, like, wow, this could easily turn into a what if Gohan went beast early type of story. So updates along those lines in the future would actually be pretty freaking sick, right? I also think customization did not live up to our expectations either. There are so many, and I mean so many more customizations that could have easily been implemented, and it kind of feels like we got a lot of the bare minimum. In this aspect, I feel like the modders really saved the day like we expected them to when it came to this, because I mean, the well was barely tapped when it came to alternate outfits, and especially the items in this game. The lack of alternate outfits is one thing, but I feel like we were really getting sold on the item customization being so much more in depth than it actually turned out to be. I also feel like some of the gameplay mechanics themselves are a little less than ideal. The stuff I'm about to say next is purely my own preference, so if you disagree or you actually enjoy the things I'm about to talk about, then hey, more power to you, man. But me personally though, I feel like the super ascending and descending like we saw in the qualifiers is extremely triggering. This allows you to pretty much run as much as you want with almost no counterplay against it. It is super helpful when people are using like instant sparking mode and unblockable attacks, but you can also use it to just be mad annoying and passive as well. Not saying that anything needs to change with this mechanic, it's just another one of those things that makes the game really boring to play and watch, right? Speaking of, instant sparking mode into unblockable ult every 2 seconds is so annoying, but I mean, if that's the only thing the opponent is doing, it gets annoying really fast. I also feel like the window to tech grabs is so massive in this game for no reason, it's almost impossible to miss time. If you can tech a grab while in the middle of the grab attack animation, that's too big a window, bro. You're also able to tech a grab while in the middle of an entirely different attack, like say your opponent fires off a beam and you're able to dodge it and maneuver around them, right? Well, that should be a free punish every time, but they're still able to tech the grab even while preoccupied. That's kind of crazy to me. Another thing that's pretty annoying and really drags these games out, in my opinion, is the DP cost of certain characters with things like after image strike. I understand that these characters that have this special moves in particular aren't really the strongest, but they're still pretty damn good. Master Roshi and Videl are some of the most enjoyable characters to play, and Master Roshi even comes with that annoying unblockable attack in his kit. Again, I don't think any of these things are stuff that's breaking the game or that need to be taken out necessarily, but just some of the other reasons why the gameplay has gotten a little stale and boring over the past month and a half or so. Alright, now outside of the gameplay itself, let's talk about the community a little bit. Personally, I'm never really one to be on social media much as is because I'm doing a million other things and I have a fiance and stuff like that, but I really tried to be when it came to this game because I wanted to interact with everybody more, do collabs and things like that, but the climate of the community surrounding Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is so draining as well. It seems like there's always some constant drama surrounding this game, or the players, or somebody is upset that somebody feels this way about the game. It's just not a good look, man. People bringing up valid concerns with the game, and a lot of the time it just getting written off as, oh, it's a skill issue, or that's just the way Tenkaichi is and things like that. I feel like that, you know, maybe they're trolling, or maybe I'm just getting old, I don't know, but I feel like that's a really counterproductive way to look at things when really we all just want the game to be as good as we thought it was going to be on release. There is a lot of behind the scenes backbiting going on, and it just feels like a lot of the community is really divided, and I just refuse to believe it's solely because we feel differently about a game to this extent. The community aspect was one of the things I look forward to the most when it came to this game, but at this point, it's contributing to me taking more and more time away from it. And I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm just doing a lot of complaining for the most part, but I've been seeing comments on a lot of my videos from the past month or whatever pop up in the studio asking, you know, why don't I play Sparking Zero as much anymore? And these are just a lot of the reasons. Now, there's a few other issues that I do have with the game that aren't as large as some of the stuff that we talked about here today, and there's probably a ton of things that I didn't cover as well that a lot of you guys have seen or experienced, but I truly do hope and believe that in due time this game will get the improvements that it needs to bring back a good bit of the player base that's gotten bored with it. But down below in the comments, let me know some of the improvements you hope to see surrounding Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. There's also a document going around that I need to try and find that a bunch of high-skilled Tenkaichi players came up with, stating exactly how to fix the game and make it better. I'm at least pretty sure it was like a Word document or something, so I want to see if I can get my hands on that and post it here for you guys to see how you all feel about the changes that they spoke about. But anyways, have a great day. I'm gonna see you fellas in the next one. Bye guys.